Welcome to this video. In this video, I'm going to be doing a Jfrog stock analysis. Now, as you can see here on Friday, the stock absolutely exploded up by 27%, which of course is quite nice to see. And the reason for that is on the earnings here, as you can see, up by 34%, and the revenue surprise was up by 6.67%, which of course is amazing. And this also means we're almost back on the IPO price. Now, as you can see right here, anyone who bought close to the IPO really hasn't had that much fun because the stock price has just been falling. And we see several bottoms right around here, right around 17 bucks. Now, something interesting about this stock is every time we see quite a nice ride upwards, we see huge corrections going backwards again, which means we might see some investors who lose their patience with this stock. But as you can see, every time we increase, it falls back down. So maybe this is going to happen as well, as you can see, because we rose so rapidly. Chances are we might see a huge correction again. Of course, I don't hope so. Now, let me make each candle a day, not a day, an hour instead. As you can see, we are quite high up in the RSI. Now, if you don't know what the RSI is, that is a relative strength index, and this shows which momentum a stock has. So if it's above 50, it is upwards. If it's above 70, as you can see right here, it is going upwards quite a lot, and it is overbought. So when it's up here, it is often quite volatile. Now, when it's below 50 and above 30, it's in the lower channel right down here. That is when it's down here, a stock price is falling. So let's say right here, for example, when the stock price is falling, it's in the lower RSI. Now, of course, if it's falling rapidly, it's down here being oversold. Now, you should note that when it's oversold or overbought, it is very, very volatile. So you might see some huge spikes upwards or downwards. Because just because it is all the way up here in the RSI, doesn't mean it can't get even more expensive. Now, even though we see this, of course, it is not the most volatile stock in the world with only a beta at just below 1, which means it is actually less volatile than the average index. As you can see, the recent earnings, they've just been amazing, of course, which is absolutely nice to see. Now, the income statements, as you can see right here, they're still losing money every single year, but overall, it is quite nice to see them slowly but surely increasing their revenue. Now, you can also see that down here, as you can see, just slowly but surely increasing the revenue from 150 again. And as you can see, what are they selling more of? That is subscription, software as a service, and licensing. You can see slowly but surely just increasing the money in each of these categories. And I have to say, I do like Jfrog quite a lot. Now, I don't own any of the stock, and that's because I was waiting for these earnings. And as you can see, I was definitely too late because of course, sometimes you want to wait to invest until you see earnings, because the past few earnings has, of course, sometimes they increase rapidly, but I was waiting, and of course here I just got punished because I could be sitting at a huge increase here, but of course that just shows sometimes you gotta invest if you believe in a company. Now, as you can see, here we have the sales. We have some in the United States, rest of the world, and Israel. These are the highlighted areas. Now, of course, the main part is in the United States and rest of the world, and it is quite interesting that Israel is here as well because it is a relatively small amount of money they're making here. Now, in the overview, we can see, as you can see right here, they have virtually no debt at all, which is absolutely amazing, and 650 million, which is amazing because this means they can invest into themselves, which of course is nice. Being a software as a service company, meaning they can invest more into AI, of course that might be a bit hot at the moment, but overall, a software as a service company can really benefit from this huge AI wave. Now, the price of sales is also quite nice. As you can see, back when it was first publicly launched, it had a relatively higher price of sales. Now, last year it was about 7.50. But of course, because the huge price increase, we're currently sitting at 11.03. So overall, this is quite still relatively low for a software as a service company. Now, if you scroll down here over here, as you can see, and look at the seasonals, as you can see, some years it hasn't been the most fun stock to own. And if you look at the average, as you can see, an average you would have lost 14% of your investment per year. But I do think it is out of the woods now, this stock. So I might buy some. I might think to wait a little bit more. Of course, I might get punished even more. But when we're up here in the RSI chance, we might see a bit of a setback. But overall, I do think this stock should be worth quite a lot more. And I do think it's going to be great in the future to own this. Now, if you look at technicals for this, as you can see, for the day, it's a strong buy. For the week, it's a strong buy. And for the month as well, it is a strong buy, which of course is nice to see. Now, if you look at the analyst rating on this, we have 14 strong buy, 4 buy, and 2 holders. Overall, just amazing. And I do think it's quite realistic, actually, to have this max 1-year price target about 75 bucks. It wouldn't surprise me at all. Now, if you look down here in the EPS, as you can see, slowly but surely increasing and increasing. And in 2027, we're actually going to see an estimate of a 1.11, so earning more than $1 for each share. And the revenue as well, just increasing it more and more. And this is something that we absolutely love to see. So personally, I'm a huge fan of Jfrog, and I'm definitely going to buy into the stock. But currently, I'm going to wait because I do think it's going to fall just a bit downwards. And the reason for that is it is very high in the RSI currently. Now, if you like this video, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. And of course, if you want to see more videos like this, please don't forget to leave the company you want to analyze in the comment section below.